uh,
What?
I think we're live. Okay,
Is it?
cool.
Yay!
Yay. All
All
right.
right, let me. While you say hello to people and explain
Yeah.
things,
Yeah.
I'm going to
I'm
get
gonna.
this link in there.
Yeah. I'm gonna actually focus the camera on me real quick. Hey everyone, welcome to. Fuck. What is this?
Oh, so weird.
Hi everyone. Welcome to
Hey.
another episode of Save Point City. We wanted to try something different, and so.
Oh,
Oh, God, I'm not gonna lie. Like, you ever get like the? I'm gonna go back to dual shot. You ever get like the shivers in your like legs when you're like performing? That's
in my legs?
No, this is the first
No.
time I've ever had it when I was like streaming. When I'm streaming, I'm always like, we didn't have the camera, and so now
Mm.
all of a sudden I'm like, I feel like like the nervousness of it. Like, God,
The shaky shakes.
yeah,
Yeah.
you better bitch. Isn't that
Yeah.
good? Cause
That's
now
funny.
yeah, cause now I'm like live, so it's weird. So every time you put your glasses on,
Yeah.
you look like you're like legitimately like it's like a setup to a bit. Like you're gonna read something like ridiculous.
It's just so I can see you.
We have completely different aesthetics, by the way. I just wanted to point this out.
What do you mean, like for our rooms or for our outfits?
No, I think our rooms are like relatively the same, but I think our outfits we chose for
Well, we
this.
literally have the same Ninja Sex
Yeah,
Party poster.
yeah,
I
we
don't
do.
know
That's
if
tabs
I
is in the
can
back. Oh,
in my
there it is. There.
there
I probably
there it is. Yeah,
Okay, so I
I'm still
apologize, everyone. We are gonna actually talk about
hi
something.
hi everybody. Tyler Fiber, Alexander Gronson,
Yeah,
and
hey.
I said Fiber already, but Gronson says, "Is it wrong? My mental image of you two is basically the same person, just swap gender." That's funny. I mean, sure.
Yeah. So yeah, we decided to do something different, and we were gonna do a big talk anyways about like Marvel stuff, and I don't know. Fuck it.
Yeah,
we
fuck
decide.
it,
Yeah,
I
we
guess.
decided. Yeah, we decided to like try something different. I just meant like you're dressed like I would say that you're dressed like a librarian, like a
Yeah,
yeah, like
I
a
do. Well, I was a little chilly earlier, and then I was like, this is nice to hide my bare arms because I don't want to be a slut online. And uh it's actually sweltering in here now, but this was the only cardigan I had that felt right. Ooh, don't.
Well, I have to figure out how. Okay, look, we did this whole setup.
Right, right. We've
We
got
met earlier
it's
today. We met earlier today, and we like set the whole thing up. Like we're like, all right, we've never done this before. Like, let's do multicam setups. We have a video bay so that we can watch the Thor trailer together. We got like guest cam,
already seen it.
main cam. We got the dual shot. That's it. That's all I got. But
I'm so
also,
excited that
yeah,
you're putting that together.
but like yeah, so we were like setting up this morning, and the worst okay, so the worst part on my end was that so when we did it there was daylight out, and so the minute I came into the office earlier, Tabby had to help me, like she moved the light so that it came in, and so that's a thing now. So yes, so
Hmm.
if it feels like um if it feels like we're a little awkward, a big part of that it
I thought that was a bird at first.
no, it's the being.
Hi, baby. Yay!
Chunks. But obviously if we seem awkward or whatever, it's because one, we're both not used to being on camera, so this is gonna
Yeah,
be like a
yeah.
little different. So I hope that you guys enjoy whatever this is, because if we like it, we might like use the camera setup. Who knows? And maybe I can get like a green screen and do all
Yeah.
that.
So yeah, we
Uh,
were messing around with the little backgrounds Discord lets you have too. Merlin says Mitch doesn't have blue hair. The
oh my god,
betrayal.
I
He did
haven't
have blue hair
I
at one
haven't had
point,
blue
so
hair
it's
since
not a
like
total lie.
I haven't had blue hair since like 2016. It's been 6 years since I had blue
Oh
hair.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need
Oh,
to update our sprites. Well, you do. I look probably exactly the same.
we should. We should. But we had a whole gimmick. We were gonna do like a thumbnail and everything, and we were just gonna be like, I had this, I had this idea where I'm gonna zoom in on me now. So I hate looking at myself. I we had this
That's
idea where it was gonna be like like, like thank
Oh
you,
yeah,
review.
like our actual faces in the thumbnail because that's what the algorithm likes.
Yeah, I wanted to like crop my face out and be like, Jane Foster is Thor, and like fucking like like lose my fucking shit.
Yeah,
Or like,
honestly though, do you know how many views we would have probably gotten if we did some shit like that?
dude, I fucking honestly, I don't know. It's not for us. We also had this conversation earlier. This is gonna be like a big pregame part of this stream is us just chatting about what happened earlier today. No, we had to talk about this earlier. We talked about how like we don't do the algorithm. I don't want to make money off of this. I never wanted to do that. It's not my thing. I never want, in the sense that I don't want to do ads. I never want to do ads. I don't want to be like, all right, time to watch a new fucking exciting video from Save Point City. Also, Trivago can help you travel, I guess. Like
Yeah. Well, we just
American
gave Trivago
Oh yeah. Fucking. So that's why we do the fake commercials. That's why we do like little videos whenever I need like to get a break or whatever. That's why we set up what we do. So, anyways, the point is that we're too good to be famous.
Yeah. You said that earlier. It's just as funny.
I know.
Hi.
Just so.
Hi, Nexian.
Oh, you see, my chat is delayed. Yeah.
Coming in. It's so nice.
That's right.
It's so nice to see you all. I don't see you guys, but you see me, and it's so sweet.
Okay, so the main topic for tonight was we were going to talk a little bit about Marvel. That's like the whole gimmick tonight, is that we were going to talk about comics. We're going to talk about the movies. We're going to talk about just comics in general. And honestly, it's whatever the fuck we want to talk about, because honest to God, who gives a shit? So we're going to go ahead and get, man, we're like the pacing is all interesting now. But I won't. Let's talk a little bit about our experience with like comics and stuff before we like get into like the nitty gritty. So I'm gonna focus the cam on you. So you can,
why?
Because you have to tell them what. By the way, I have to like look into this direction so it looks like.
I know, yeah.
All right,
I should turn more.
That's right. Yeah. No, damn. It's like fucking face and it. Anyways, okay, guest cam, go.
What? Okay, wait. What do you want me to say? Like, what are we?
Oh, I meant like okay. So what's your like experience with like comics and stuff? Like what have you read?
Well, I guess mostly Marvel. Yeah, I mean, do you mean in Marvel or comics in general?
I'm. I think I mean like okay. So better. Let's do this better. Who is like your go-to characters? Like what? Like okay, for me.
Marvel.
Yeah. So like okay, so I'm gonna do mine, I guess. That way I give an example. Yeah. God, this is what you guys sign up for every week. Every week you come in and watch us like fucking hack around.
Flounder is how I would word it.
Flounder, yeah. You watch a ginger librarian and a wannabe pirate do their bit.
I'd watch that movie.
Yeah. Okay. So, anyways, so. For me, for example, my favorite Marvel characters are Thor and Doctor Strange. I love reading their stories. I love engaging with them. They're so like wild and wacky and different. Maybe not to like the levity levels of like maybe like Deadpool or Squirrel Girl, but you definitely have like these like myth heavy story-driven kind of gimmicks. And then on top of that, I really like when Hulk is handled properly. I fucking love Hulk. He's great.
I was gonna say, yeah, there was a while where you were really, really into Hulk, so that I was gonna say that one.
Okay, I swear I'm gonna get the camera work. I'm gonna get this set up.
Maybe awkward. Maybe we should just be dual cam for a while. It might just be easier that way.
Maybe. I don't know. Well, because okay, I think training. We're training right now. It's
right. And you guys tell us what you think.
Yeah.
Whatever you.
Who's your like?
Who's
best? Yeah. Tell us. Tell us that. But also like, what are some characters that you enjoy? And this is going to be an in general conversation about comics. We're just focused on Marvel right now because that's our like shared ground. So. Yeah.
Hi, Cinna.
Oh, do you know Cinna?
Yes, I do.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I just realized that like okay, yeah. All right. Well, all right. Fine. All right. Anyways, the point is we're in it to win it. We're talking about Marvel, baby. Fucking just the whole 9 yards. Gronson says leave it in duel. Okay, I guess I...
Maybe for a bit. If we see one of us goes off on a long tangent, then we could switch.
Yeah, there we go. All right, so that being said, let's go ahead and watch. Okay, so actually, there's two. We got two we want to watch. We want to watch. So now we can go to my beloved video bay, and one day I'll actually like edit this.
I know, I like this.
I know. Well, maybe like next time we do this, I can have like borders and like whole like or I can make Amanda do it.
Ooh, yeah.
No, she does so much. All right, so if I push play,
in theory.
Oh, did you freeze pop?
Oh, I froze, and I also can't hear the trailer.
Oh, damn. All right.
Oh, dang. We had this all set up so good.
All right, I'm gonna. There we go. I know. We're gonna reset this. All right. Now you can hear it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. Oh, man, I love this. Like, unironically,
their favorite heroes in chat. I love to see what everybody like.
Absolutely. We'll totally read that off in a second. All right, let's go. 3, 2, 1. Frozen.
Get the popcorn now.
Just let me be frozen. I'm
No. Okay, we got it.
Thor Odinson. He was no ordinary
man, I fucking love the outfit.
Mm-hmm.
After saving planet Earth for the 500th time, Thor set off on a new journey. Well, he got in shape. He went from dad bod to god bod. And after all that, he reclaimed his title as the one and only Thor. Oh, spoke too soon. Jane?
Very sitcom kind of moment.
I dig it though.
Yeah, I thought it was
3, 4 years?
8 years.
It looks so good with the blonde, I think.
Sensing feelings?
Well, you're right.
The only ones who gods care about is themselves.
I don't know who this is.
Oh, Gore?
My vow.
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
I've not encountered him in the comics, but he looks really badass. Spooky.
I just want to say that was very, very impressive what you did back there.
He's just my first bad guy.
You never forget your
He looks like
first.
Voldemort.
He does. I hate that you said that.
Sorry.
No, it's cool.
Unlike the other gods.
I love that like monochrome world.
Because I have something worth
Is
fighting
that Nebula?
Yeah.
Love Nebula.
Let's see who you are. I take off your disguise.
Do it.
And flick.
Fuck yeah.
Flick too hard, damn it!
Should we help
Oh,
him?
I love
Yeah,
that.
eventually. Great.
Oh,
Man, it looks so good.
Dude.
That looks so fun.
Oh my god, man. All right, that looks
I feel
awesome.
like Waititi and Thor, like, I don't know how he does that in Frozen again, but that's okay.
Oh,
I'll unfreeze in
no.
a minute.
Yeah, hang on a second. Okay, I know what it is. So so I think what it is it makes it so that if that screen for some reason is on top of our layers, then it will. It'll.
I kind of get what you mean.
Yeah. It's supposed to be like a thing that saves CPU. I'm sure I can fix it. But the point is that was awesome. It's an awesome fucking trailer. It looks fucking sick as shit.
Yeah. Oh man, that's so cool.
Oh, man.
Somebody had said somewhere that like every time Marvel fucks up Thor, at least Taika Waititi can be there to bring him back. Oh man, you froze it. I got frozen at a great time. Oh, it's only me who's getting. It keeps happening. Damn it, Janet.
I have a solution. Okay, so I think what
Okay.
it is. Okay, so I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna make this say stay on top. So that wait, never mind. That's a horrible idea. Because now I can't see my edit. I can't go to my editing bay. All right, no. Okay,
Oh.
we're good. We're good. I think
All right.
we're good. I feel bad if this is your first time watching. This is like
It's a little bit of a clusterfuck.
Yeah, but it's
we are
fine.
in.
It's fine. It's fine. All right. Let's. But yeah. You were saying. I'm gonna cut to you.
Okay.
Taika Waititi. No, I'm sorry. You were. Yeah.
Right, yeah. Every time Marvel messes up Thor, Taika Waititi is there to like bring him back and make him fun again. You know, I showed this trailer to my dad yesterday, and he was like, it looks funny. Like he doesn't like that. Him and my sister do not like superhero movies to be funny. But I don't know. I think it really works for this type of Thor, I guess. Like Chris Hemsworth does this Thor really, really well. And so it's so entertaining to watch him be Taika Waititi's Thor.
Yeah, dude. Okay, so that's the thing, right? So like, if you, so I think that like it's this definite thing, especially with like Doctor Strange, right? So like Doctor Strange, Thor, Guardians of the Galaxy. You have James Gunn, Sam Raimi, Taika Waititi, and they have these incredibly flavorful directing styles, and like you can tell them like a block away. You see the cues, you see the music, you see the gimmicks, and I think it like really works. And I mean, look, I would be happy for a Thor movie in general, but the fact that like we have Taika, who has like such a good sense of levity in his movies, who has a good sense of like of style of
I already saw like gorgeous shots
Oh, yeah.
in that trailer that I was like, oh man, I love the way that looks. Even Ragnarok had shots like the Valkyrie and the Rainbow Bridge shots. Like everything looks so pretty in Taika Waititi's movies.
Oh yeah, and that's
Yeah.
the thing. Like it adds that almost like in like okay, so it's something that like Marvel like said like really at the beginning edges of its setup, which was like, oh, Thor's magic is just science that we've never discovered. And they did the same thing when it came to Strange too. They said, oh, his magic is based on quantum physics, or maybe I'm paraphrasing it, but they were trying to ground everything so that it felt like it was cohesive to the universe that it took place in. But then, like, you watch Multiverse of Madness, and one of Strange's first spells he casts off the fucking flip of his wrist is he summons a dog head to catch a car, and it's great. It's
Yeah.
fucking awesome.
Because that's more like what I've seen from Doctor Strange in the comics. Like I've not read Doctor Strange comics. I read Strange Academy, which he was in sometimes, but that was kind of it. Like he would just have the most ridiculous shit like from other worlds come and do stuff. Like it just wasn't the kind of magic that you would see where that would make sense, where it was science based. It was not a science based magic.
Oh, yeah,
It was chaos.
And that's what I want. Like when Taika took over for Thor, you got more of a sense of the Thor comics in the films, at least to me, right? And some people would disagree, but I think that you got more of a sense of Thor comics from that run. And I think that when I look at Love and Thunder, I see the same DNA from the comics into the films. I think there's a style that matches it. I think when you make comic book movies, you have to kind of create these films with a sense of style. Also, we didn't even read off the comments. I just wanted to say that real quick. Let's go ahead and knock some out of the park here.
Right. So when we first started talking about the I can't even talk. The heroes that we like, Gronzon said they like Batman and Iron Man because of the armor. Valid, very cool. Fiber said they enjoy Wolverine and the mutants in general. I never really got into the X-Men or the mutant stuff. I really want to though. Like I kind of want to re-download Marvel Unlimited just so I can like see more mutants and X-Men because I have not touched that side of Marvel yet. Alexander says my go-to are Spider-Man and Nightcrawler. Lil Cinnamon Roll says Korg is the best hero. I'm excited to see him again because I don't we didn't really see him very much of him in Ragnarok, and it seems like he's like a bigger character in this, so that'll be funny. And he's Taika Waititi, and that's hilarious. Merlin says Deadpool is the only character that I tried getting into the comics for. Deadpool's pretty funny. I actually prefer Gwenpool. I like her
Gwenpool's
color
great.
scheme.
I love that, like, I like her gimmick too. I like that, like, God, really come off as like an emo kid in this fucking webcam.
Okay, Fiber said Gore, who's the bad guy, right?
Yes.
It's such an interesting character with Christian Bale portraying him.
Yes.
That was Christian Bale?
That was Christian
I
Bale,
thought
yeah.
He seemed familiar. I had no idea. Oh my god. Wow, okay. I'm really excited for that. That's gonna be cool.
Oh, fuck yeah.
He's gonna bring back the Batman voice for that? I didn't really listen for it, but now I have to. Because that's his, like, one monster voice he has.
Well, so that's the thing. I think that the concept of someone going around and like slaying the gods is like such an interesting idea in a world in which we have like different pantheons existing at
There's
the
a
same
whole
time.
video game franchise based off of that.
So I love just visually. I'm not sure if this is gonna stay in the film itself, but the fact that Gore is like black and white, and any time they seem to be interacting with him, like all the color fades. But meanwhile, when you're interacting with the gods in any level of capacity, it's colorful, it's vibrant, it's fun. You know,
Yeah.
it's really really solid.
I have a feeling I'm really gonna like watching that, like, go back and forth. That's gonna be really cool.
Diego says these are all great characters, but where are my Squirrel Girl homies at?
That's me. I love Squirrel Girl. I love Squirrel Girl. She is so funny. I haven't read from her new run yet. I was hoping to get Marvel Unlimited, so I can keep up with it. But she's the funniest, and she's the strongest Marvel hero. Everyone knows that. She defeated everybody. You can't beat her.
Hey, so did Deadpool on like 4. Like there are people where it's like insert character here. Destroys the Marvel Universe. Just
Right.
decimates the
There
Marvel
has been that.
Universe.
Like, Squirrel Girl can defeat anybody, but every time she does, it's like she's really just getting them into therapy. She never actually like kills anybody. I think Deadpool's was he kills everybody in the Marvel Universe, and she's like she just happens to make everybody not even want to fight her. She's just so cool. Although I think she may have killed Thanos one time. I'm not sure.
Okay, so that being said, let's round this off. Yeah, so we're both super excited for Thor: Love and Thunder.
Yes.
I feel like
Did you read Mighty Thor?
Yeah. Fuck yeah, I did.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Jane Foster. I'm sorry. Jane Foster started as probably a character that I didn't know her until the Mighty Thor run. And once I read that, I got really hardcore into like her storyline, and like I followed her even after that, like after War of the Realms when she was Valkyrie, and I hate the fact. Okay, so real quick, can I just say, as anyone who loves the Thor characters and loves to see where they go, it's really fucky that like all their character lines die, like they just get canceled because fucking people aren't buying them, and it's like, yeah, fuck, dude, it's upsetting. It's genuinely upsetting.
Yeah.
Fiber says the Punisher's run of killing the Marvel Universe was my favorite, but that's probably biased. I don't think that's biased. I mean, look, this is supposed to be like an open discussion on comics.
Yeah.
I think that we all love good stories, and I think that it's fine, man. I wouldn't worry about it.
Absolutely.
I mean, fuck, man. My favorite character is Doctor Strange. The guy's comics sell like trash. I love the Doc. But he went through like a lot of phases. All right, I love Doc, but like, okay, he wore an eye patch for a while. He wore a full body suit like Batman Beyond for a little bit. One of my favorite details about Doctor Strange is the fact that he got like a magical divorce. I love that for some reason. I love the fact that
might
like
get that next movie.
How amazing would that be? I'm cutting this. I'm taking this from you. But how amazing would it be is if like the next movie starts and it's not Clea and Doctor Strange on a great adventure. It's him in divorce court, and fucking Dormammu is like the fucking judge, like deciding who gets what. I fucking love that.
God.
I fucking love
Maybe
that.
like in the same movie, they learn who each other are and fall in love, and then get divorced in the same movie.
It's one of those like Las Vegas weddings.
Movies.
Yeah, they both get
Yeah.
wasted. They get wasted on like toxic ether or some shit. And it's just
Oh god. Well, that's sad. Poor guy.
I don't know. I don't know why that's like a detail that I really unironically love. I love the fact that Doctor Strange is divorced. I don't know why that gets me. I think it's because like you get like Peter Parker is like madly in love with Mary Jane, and they have kids together like in some universes. Like I guess they broke up recently in fucking comics, which we'll talk about later. We'll talk about the weird fucking shit
But they've
they
been
do.
broken up unless something happened.
So they okay. So from my understanding, very clearly, want to point this out. Cut to camera. From my understanding of the situation, the idea is that Peter Parker and Mary Jane have already gone through this before. They did a deal with Mephisto, and they've been through this fucking shtick before. And then they found each other, fell in love, and then for some fucking reason they're broken up again. And it's mind you, it has only been about 10 years since that's happened.
Roller coaster relationship.
Dude, I fucking hate
Jeez.
this. Okay, but that's the thing. So like we'll talk about the weird shit going on, because I'm not a fan of some of these character arc changes, and we'll talk about it a little bit more. But before we do that, let's watch one more trailer for an upcoming Marvel. God, I feel like this is like the biggest shill.
Okay. I'm
but
getting ready to. I'm already freezing.
what?
I'm already freezing. It's
Oh,
like everybody, don't look at me. I'm
that's
freezing.
right. You're freezing right now.
Oh, is this the trailer or is this Okay.
This is a trailer, bro.
Bro.
Yeah, so I gotta actually like switch
Not
over.
up on.
Yeah, I
There
know.
we go. Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta go to like video bay and cut. All right, so we will figure this out.
You can see the sloth. The sloth is always in her. Was always in her comics in her first run.
Oh, it's so good. All right. Anyways, there we go. There we go. That's how
I don't
good
know
this
if
party
I've
to
seen
go.
this whole trailer. I think I just saw like a thing.
Okay, so first
little
off,
Oh,
thing.
cool.
I
And
just wanna say,
there it is.
I get
Now
it.
it's frozen.
You get what?
High school.
Kamala. Kamala.
Yeah, I get to choose who gets to play, either you or the trailer. Fuck me.
You were a weirdo.
Boys. Excuse me.
Yeah.
You're kind of on my shirt.
Sorry.
But you're staring out the window in your little fantasy land. Kamala, hey. Already? Really? Come on, like...
Do I have to figure out my whole future before lunch, or is there like... Maybe they're right.
I really like the use of the song, dude.
Yeah.
In Fantasyland.
That is not you.
It's not really the brown girls from Jersey City who save the world. That's a fantasy too.
Did something happen to you?
No, why? Did you hear something?
Kamala?
Okay. What does it feel like?
Cosmic. I always thought I wanted this kind of life, but I never imagined any of this.
Do you know what you are?
I'm a superhero.
See, okay, so like that looks fun. That looks like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Hang on. Let's make sure that we're back with you so we can actually like do the show. Okay, but like that looks fun, right? Like
Yeah, I thought so.
okay, so that's the thing. So I will tell you. So she doesn't have the stretchy powers.
Right. I saw it. They kind of once did it. She like
Yeah.
stretched her fist out, but I know. I want to preface this by saying that excuse me, I'm like gonna burp. Miss Marvel is my favorite Marvel hero. I love her. So like I when I heard that they were making the show, I was a little worried because, I as well as I can just go read the comics and ignore anything bad that comes out relating to her. She's my favorite. I want her to have like a cool show, and I want new people to be introduced to her and love her like I do. But and I heard they were gonna not have the same powers because they want Mr. Fantastic to come back eventually. And they don't want to double up on powers. I was worried. But this trailer, like, it looks really fun. Like, it looks like, it's the teenage experience of awkward and exciting and fun, and I don't know. I just thought that was really sweet. I think it looks really cool. Maybe not exactly what I thought it was gonna be, but it still looks fun. Like there's a lot of stuff in it that I see that I'm like, oh, I know that character. I can't wait for this part. It's so exciting, and so I'm pretty excited. Despite the powers not being right, I guess. But the girl, I don't know what her name is, the actress who plays her, but she looks like she's gonna do a good job. I'm really excited for her.
Yeah. Okay. So like, and you're absolutely right. I do think that like, it is a bummer that she's not getting like the powers, which is,
Yeah.
but like at the same time, I
Once
mean,
again, Reed Richards ruins everything.
damn you, Council of Reeds!
Oh,
Damn
that
you!
guy.
Fuck. All right.
What an
Anyway,
ass.
dude. Okay, but
We have a vendetta against Reed Richards. We're not
yeah,
going to
but
explain
yeah,
that
but
right now.
yeah, but also it's because Doctor Doom's like in the background, like right now.
Oh, I
Yeah.
can. Your mic pop filter's a little bit in the way, but did I get that for you? It's like a.
You
piggyback,
did. You
right?
did. Yeah, he's right there. Yeah.
Yeah, I
You
love
did.
it.
I was. Oh God, that's back when I was living in Akron. Fuck. But
Miss you.
dude, there are times where I'm like, man, like I'm going on like some like dumb fucking run for like food or some shit. Oh, man, I wish Gang was here.
Aw,
Fucking.
right.
But dude. So I super agree. I think that like as long as you capture the essence of Kamala Khan, then I think it all works out fine. I don't think that there's any like real big issues with the power thing. I think that it's a dumb fucking excuse.
I can overlook that. Yeah.
In a world in which like Monkey D. Luffy exists. No, in a world in which no, I think
He's not in Marvel though.
no, yeah, no, sure, yeah, no.
Hey, Luffy.
I fucking love Luffy. Don't you make fun of Luffy. No, but I think okay, but okay. There's like 40 people with fire powers, and there's 40 people with, like it's a dumb reason, and but I think that giving her a power set that is more akin to like I don't know, like her hero. You know, her whole name's Miss
right.
Marvel.
They wanted to have the Marvels all have similar powers because eventually they want Miss Marvel and Captain Marvel to be in a movie together.
Yeah.
And I think maybe they thought that would be easier. I mean, because I guess it wouldn't make as much sense. It doesn't look quite as good in cinematic, like the stretching compared to Captain Marvel, who can shoot like sunbeams out of her hands.
I think
But
it's the
in comics, Miss Marvel has so much more that she can do with her stretching powers that she's able to do a lot. Like, I mean, she's super strong. She leads her own team, and she's gonna be like the president of the United States. Oh, you didn't know that?
I didn't know that. No,
That's
that's
like her destiny.
Oh, I thought you meant like
18.
18-year-old Kamala Khan. Like,
No, like in the future,
president?
that's her destiny, I guess. And
Oh,
she's gonna
okay.
be the president someday. Like she's just gonna be a very important person, and I guess they wanted to give her a power as big as her character.
Well, that's cool, and that's the thing. Like I love. Don't get me wrong. I love the comic version, but I do see that like I'm willing to look past it. I'm willing to look and just be happy that Kamala's on the fucking screen because because we read those comics.
Yeah, her costume looks so good. I'm really happy. It's exciting.
Dude,
It's very cute.
It's gonna be fun. Like I don't know. There's certain things like don't get me wrong. There's certain things from Marvel that I'm not super duper keen on, but that's gonna be like it'll be fine. So I don't see there being an issue. But I wanted to read Fiber's comment real quick.
Okay.
I honestly can't wait for this show. I saw people on Twitter nitpicking details saying it's not comic accurate. My question is, since when has the MCU ever been entirely comic accurate? Yeah. There's no
exactly right. Like it's like a whole other universe. If you think about it like that, then does it really matter? They said in Doctor Strange Earth 616, but sometimes it's just easier to think of it as like it's an alternate universe where things are just slightly different but still the same.
No man,
So
I
it
like
doesn't really
I
matter.
think I like to think of it like Universe 626. Fucking
What, like Lilo and
yeah,
Stitch?
Lilo and Stitch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's
no.
actually exactly what you're thinking. 626.
But yeah, no. So that's the thing. So as far as like, I know that some people are okay. So like, I know as far as some people are going, like, there's some big questions about like, where is the MCU going? But I don't really care where the MCU is going. Right now, we're getting a bunch of like really fun and vibrant kind of vibes from these shows and what we're getting. Like, even there's one more we should watch probably before we continue this conversation.
Oh no. What is it?
Well, we'll find out in a second.
Oh, I'm already freezing. That's how I know.
Oh, that's right. That's right. We'll never get it right. No. Here, let me.
Oh God. Okay. Preface this
I
by
forgot that
I've
you
not
could
seen
see
the
it.
trailer. I could see a little thing, and I already see what's happening. I want to preface this by saying I haven't seen the trailer yet. I've only seen photos.
Okay.
Let's watch the trailer, and then we can laugh about it. Okay. Unless you're really excited, and then I'll
No. Let's watch it. Let's be honest, and we'll go from there. We'll go from there. All right. And
being a superhero is a trial by fire. Who's gonna protect the world if not people like you?
I like the OST. I'm already digging this
I
vibe.
have great friends. Can we get some shots, please? It's an emergency. A demanding job.
We just started a superhuman law division, and I want you to be the face of it.
And a frustrating family.
Cause you didn't ask for this, but you still gotta deal with it. Your transformations are triggered by anger and fear.
Those are like the baseline of any woman just existing.
Oh.
Bruce, kind of feels like if I don't transform, I'm gonna die.
Yes. No.
I just want to be a normal, anonymous lawyer.
Can you tell us where She-Hulk is?
Jen, you're a story now.
Girl, your ass looks crazy right now. You could be an Avenger.
Oh, I'm not a superhero. That is for billionaires and narcissists and adult orphans for some reason.
Is that Abomination?
Is there
Yeah.
anything more depressing than dating in your 30s?
Yeah, this is the best date I've had in a while.
Oh.
Should we split some fries?
Let's get those to go.
All right, gang. All right. Don't play Morbius. Oh wait, no, it wasn't Morbius.
Oh
Okay.
God, get him out of here.
All right.
I'm not crying.
I know you were so moved. She-Hulk's your favorite character.
I've been waiting for Shrek 5 forever.
Dude.
God, man, I don't.
Oh no.
I said it, and I won't take it back.
Okay, so let's.
Morbius, said Diego.
Oh, play Morbius.
Let's just watch the whole movie. I've not seen it, and I don't plan on it.
Okay, so I think I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait until the show comes out. I'll watch.
Right, I'll withhold some judgment. I'm gonna judge a little bit. Marilyn says, "Has anyone seen those gifs? That's just the entirety of Morbius." Yes. Have you seen that on
Yeah,
Tumblr?
yeah. You know what? That's Marvel. We can talk about it. We can talk about fucking Morbius. So you haven't seen it?
No. Wait, are we gonna talk about She-Hulk or are we gonna talk about Morbius? I think we should talk about She-Hulk.
Okay, let's talk about She-Hulk, and then we'll talk about Morbius, and then yeah.
And because I'm looking for the comment. Gronson says, "God, I honestly can't tell you if I hate or love She-Hulk." Like from this trailer, the only bit of She-Hulk I really know is from reading A-Force, that team that like Captain Marvel, Medusa, Nico Minoru, Dazzler, and She-Hulk were all on. There may have been someone else too, but I don't remember. I feel bad. But She-Hulk was cool. The thing I don't understand, isn't She-Hulk always green, or was she able to turn it on and off?
So the reason why her Hulk is not like as intense is because she gained her powers from like a blood transfusion rather than the direct result of gamma radiation.
But it doesn't really look like that's what's going on here.
Yeah, I'm going to assume this is another one of those changes that they're probably going to make to the character.
Or maybe by the end she'll like be permanently She-Hulk. I mean, I don't know.
I assume she's just permanently She-Hulk because I've never, unless it's a detail I have no clue about, I have never seen Jennifer Walters ever not be She-Hulk.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like, because I read a comic where she was like in the courtroom and she was green, and I was like, if I could have turned it off, that's when I would have turned it off. You know, at my job.
I think she just like owns it. I will say I'm not. I don't want to judge things on CG alone.
I know it's so hard because I'm gonna say right now I think it looks so bad. I think she looks like fucking Fiona from Shrek. Like
It is.
she literally looks just like that. I thought it was a joke when I first saw the picture. That's the first time I've seen the trailer. It looks like everything else about it looks kind of fun, like a cutesy little like lawyer drama, but she's also having kind of like a Sex in the City kind of crisis maybe, or like oh like I'm a single woman and I'm gonna go out and meet boys, and I'm also doing superhero training with my cousin or whoever, I forget what
It is. Yeah, it is.
yeah,
the cousin,
and
yeah.
but also I'm green, like, because that's what I like when I heard they were gonna make a She-Hulk show. I was like, I hope it's like Law and Order, but she's green, and like nothing else really. They never talk about anything else. And I know my coworker is so excited for it because she loves Daredevil. All she wants is to see Daredevil cameo in the show. So that's what
That's the reason.
excited for it. Oh yeah, I mean she kind of cares about the show too, but I think Daredevil was the big reason why she wanted to see the show, and I kind of want to see like a courtroom showdown between the two, but I just can't get over like how bad she looks. How could they not just paint her? Like I watched Wicked live, and I thought the green looked fine.
I think
on stage. Why couldn't they have just done that, or just because like they wanted to make her look stronger? Like I don't think they could have just gave her platforms.
Well, so I think the reasoning is that when you do character, I'm not mind you, this is devil's advocate. I don't not agree with this at all, but I do think that the reason why they probably did like the CG the way that they did it was probably because She-Hulk has such a different look. Now, mind you, Hulk is the same way. They use CG for Ruffalo and his Hulk form.
That's different, I guess.
But I would say that I'm gonna give it some time. I do think that you're right. It does look fucking horrible. It looks like Final Fantasy Spirits Within. Like it looks like it's from '98.
It's just like I've seen much better CG than that in the past, so I don't know. Maybe it's just not finalized or something. I mean, it doesn't come out until way later, so maybe it's just not like done. Maybe they'll do like a Sonic the Hedgehog like rehaul on it or something when they see, because I think most people do not like it, the look of it. And it's not She-Hulk, I've read comics with She-Hulk in it, and I've never thought that she looked like that, like not a human being, like I would have never thought like, oh, they need to CG her face so that she looks more like a weird Hulk monster creature. Like the thing that I always thought was weird about She-Hulk was like she's a Hulk, but she's also like looks like a regular woman because they didn't want to have like a roided out woman in comics. Like, whoa, I dropped my mic, so I'm sorry.
I just realized.
I'm trying to
I just realized that you are. So I'm touching one side of the screen, and you clearly are not. And I did not notice it until just now.
What do you mean?
Oh, you see what I mean?
I can see it now. Yeah.
Hang on.
Okay.
I'm just gonna.
Oop, there I am.
Yeah, there it is. And then I'm just gonna center vertically. There we go. Now I think it's all good. I think we're even now. But yes, no, I super agree with you. I actually, to be honest with you, She-Hulk's one of those characters that I have not read enough. I don't feel like I've read enough to make like a really keen judgment call on her. It's one thing with Thor. It's another thing with Doctor Strange where I've read enough. I feel like I've read enough where I'm like, oh yeah, I read all of Jane Foster's run as fucking Mighty Thor. I could probably make a good judgment call.
Yeah.
But when it comes to She-Hulk, admittedly, I just it's one of those things where it's like I only recently got into Hulk. Like earlier this year, I got into Hulk really, really hard, and then it disappointed me, so fucking hard.
Did you read the Totally Awesome Hulk?
I didn't.
Oh my god.
Is that good?
Yes.
I read. Okay. To be clear, I read Planet Hulk. I read World War Hulk. I read Immortal Hulk.
Right.
And then I read like one issue of Starship Hulk, and I wanted to like die inside because it's not okay. So imagine if you will. I'm gonna paint you a picture. Okay. Imagine. And I'm gonna cut to my camera for dramatic effect.
Right. Okay, good.
All right,
I'll
cool.
take a drink while you do that.
All right, so imagine, if you will, that you had just finished reading a Hulk story that was so surprisingly dark and biblical, and just with the senses of just treating the Hulk like a monster. Like, not just like in like the idea that, oh god, it's the Jekyll and Hyde complex, right, between Bruce Banner and Hulk, but treating the Hulk the way that like I've never seen it done before, where it's like Hulk is one of many Hulks. He's a multiple personality disorder within Bruce Banner that stems from his childhood abuse and his horrible father and all that stuff. Imagine, if you will, that you read a story that was so visually dark and visually interesting, with body horror and just incredible sense of pacing.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next thing that came out for Hulk after that was that Bruce Banner has made a tiny version of himself with the subconscious of the Hulk and is piloting him in something called Starship Hulk.
What? What does that even mean?
Okay, so that's the thing, right? And Immortal Hulk did like such grand macro ideas with this fuck. I mean, they really, really took the character to the nth degree. Made him the destroyer of worlds in one timeline. Made him just a biblical monster. I keep using that word, but like it's a biblical fucking monster. Something primordial and mythical and legendary. Just something so beyond what the character is normally presented as. And then immediately after, they're like, oh, well, Bruce Banner still wants to declare his war on humanity, and he's decided to create a fucking helmet that I guess he gets to pilot the Hulk. And it's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever seen in my fucking life.
It's just like, it's goofy and...
Yeah. Well, no, it's supposed to be played straight. That's the worst part. You go from having like this really high sense of art and really good, like, that's saying a lot for a Hulk story. Like, for someone who's an outsider of Hulk and went in with Planet Hulk and World War Hulk, and you care about this character, and then it gets smashed on the fucking ground with Starship Hulk. Oh, Starship Hulk. He's got the worst part about it is the person who tells everyone that there is a Starship Hulk is Dr. fucking Strange. He gathers everyone on Captain Marvel's ship right off in the fucking atmosphere of Earth, and he says, I've gathered everyone here. Spider-Man, Wolverine.
I've even gathered from other universes.
Everyone.
The DC.
I've gathered everyone here to tell you that Bruce Banner is now piloting the Starship Hulk. Fuck you.
Everyone's like, what the fuck? What does that mean? Alright, I'm going back to Earth. What the fuck are you talking about?
Well, the worst part was then Iron Man tries to take him down, and no one could. Apparently, this is the form of the Hulk, that he has the brains of Bruce Banner, and the strength of the Hulk. He's non-stoppable. It's never been done except for the 3 fucking times it's done before.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, dude. It is. Oh, it's so bad. And that's the worst part, if I'm going to be completely honest. And I talked to Josh about this, too. And Josh's like main argument was like, you can't really count on continuity when it comes to comics because different authors will have different spins, different ideas, and it is what it is. But man, talk about going from like the fucking mountaintop, getting pushed over the edge into the Marianas fucking trench. It is a goddamn travesty.
Aw.
Anyways,
It really sucks.
well, let's end it more on a high note, yeah?
Oh, okay.
The good...
What's our high note?
Well, the good news... Well, I mean, we're ending this section of it on a high note. The good news is that I do have faith in fucking Miles Morales' projects. I have faith in the fucking Spider-Verse stuff. I have faith that, especially, and it's like, that's the thing. In comics, yes, everything's a fucking mess right now. Everything is a goddamn fucking mess right now. Peter Parker and MJ are not together anymore for some fucking reason.
I never care.
Oh, fuck. Dude, it's a bummer because it feels like, and once again, we'll talk about this later on the show, but it definitely feels like there is a weird creative spike happening here. Or maybe not a spike, but like a, you know.
Like a...
It's just, you know, it's just not great.
Like a schism?
Yeah, you know, it's a bummer. But there are people who are passionate with characters, who are taking care of them and doing really interesting creative things with them. And I think that that's where we're going to win. Really should have styled my hair differently so it doesn't fall on my face every 5 seconds. But outside of that, I don't know. It's a bummer. It's a real fucking bummer. Anyways, the point is that the good news is that we have some really interesting creative projects going on right now. And Moon Knight just came out. And from what I've seen of Moon Knight, that was awesome.
I loved Moon Knight. So good. I like the moonlight.
Yeah, but anyways, thanks everyone for watching this part of the show. We're going into our first commercial break. We're actually like 10 minutes after.
We're a little bit over, yeah.
But yeah, so we're gonna go into the next section of the show, where Amanda and I will be discussing a little bit more on these topics and kind of talking a little bit more about. Well, I guess me and you focus more on Marvel, I guess, and so we're going to talk more about so what can be done. What can be done about the comic situation, and we're going to be discussing it a little bit in detail. So yeah, stick around. I hope that that you enjoyed this. I hope that we didn't scare you off, or I didn't scare you off. My fucking my weird hair. I didn't realize how shaped my hair is. It's like a fucking...
How shaped?
Yeah.
I think it looks good.
I like it, but it's like it feels like it goes like a weird diamond shape where it's like yeah.
No, I like that. It's like you said, it's shaped, but that's the style.
That's true. All right. Anyways, well, gang, thank you so much for joining me on this one. This was actually
thank you for having me. It was so nice to see you all, or to be seen by you all.
Yeah, this was great.
This was fun. This was a fun little experiment.
Would you guys, let us know in the comments before we go on our first break. While we're on the first break, if you guys want to see us try doing something with this camera setup. Gang and I have been doing the show remote for 6 years now. That's over 5. We've been doing it for 5 years now. So that's crazy to think about. Anyways, guys, we'll catch you after the first commercial.
All right. Bye.
Listen to my voice. You need to focus. I'm losing visual of you. In 2 seconds, I won't be able to track you. You need to detach. I can't see you anymore. Do it now. Houston, I've lost visual, Dr. Stone.
This is Peter Rosenthal, head film critic for The Onion. Today, I'm going to be looking at the new movie, Gravity. A space survival thriller so immersive and visually stunning, it has driven everyone who's watched it violently mad, including myself. I have totally lost my mind and, even now, am completely disconnected from reality. Directed by Alfonso Cuarón and starring Sandra Bullock and George Clooney, Gravity is a cinematic experience so grand and awe-inspiring that by the time the film's breathtaking 15-minute opening sequence had ended, I had already become delusional. By the 30-minute mark, I was fully unhinged and, more than likely, clinically insane. Gravity is a heart-pounding and thrilling cinematic experience. And while 3D may be little more than a gimmick for some filmmakers, Cuarón uses the extra dimension so flawlessly, it shut down the portions of my brain responsible for empathy, remorse, and basic reasoning. At one point in the movie, I imagined myself choking my neighbor's dog to death, which I did as soon as I went home. Folks, I am currently a threat to myself and to those around me. I should be locked up in a mental institution and cared for by top mental health professionals. The sound and lighting design in Gravity by Niv Adiri and Harry Bardock, respectively, were both excellent. Throughout the film, the large and beautiful planet Earth looms in the background. Whenever I close my eyes, I still see it, right in front of me. Sometimes it talks to me and we have pleasant conversations. Sometimes we have unpleasant ones where the Earth yells at me to cradle the serpent. But of course I can't cradle the serpent if I can't catch it. And the game, my friends, is in the catching, not the cradling. Amen. As the film's leads, Sandra Bullock and George Clooney do an amazing job, and I would like to eat both of them alive. Still, the film's true stars are undoubtedly the visual effects specialists who managed to create the immersive environment that makes this movie what it is. I would like to eat them alive as well. Ultimately, Gravity is a visual achievement so monumental and profound, I have to imagine it will be a number of years, if ever, before I am able to fully regain my mental health. I am going to have to undergo intensive psychotherapy and may, in fact, require electroshock therapy to suppress my mania. Although, to be perfectly honest, all I've wanted to do for the last 2 minutes is to get out of my chair and murder my cameraman.
Jesus!
Stop breathing. Stop breathing. For the Onion's film standard, I'm Peter Rosenthal.
And we're back. Hey, who's this? I just realized my camera's like a little bit... God damn it. So when we did the measuring earlier, I must have gotten this wrong because I think my camera's like a little wider. Shit. All right. Well, we'll...
It could just be the delay from you streaming back, but I feel like I'm watching myself speak like half a second after.
No, okay, so we talked to Gang about it earlier. It is actually exactly that.
Okay. I also seem to be frozen.
Oh, well, it's because I was adjusting an audio thing over here. Yes, this is the first time we're messing with fucking webcams. So hey, everyone, who are you?
I'm Amanda. I look exactly like how I told you fuckers I was going to look.
That's super fair.
Pale as fuck, in a black room, with a cat on the bed, who unfortunately has been cut off. I was really hoping you guys would get to see Salem.
No.
And now I'm just like, you only get to see her butt. It's just her cat butt that you get to see now.
Oh, Beans, she's sitting on, like, Tabby's chair right now. So it's like,
I flipped her around so she could see me.
Oh, you flipped her around?
Yeah, the chair was facing my desk, so I flipped her around.
Bean, come here. Say hi to everyone.
I'll make her say hi.
Oh, you'll make her say hi. All right.
Oh. It's a hostage situation.
No. And then we'll continue on with our talk of comics. What an interesting day today has been. What's up?
Hi, Tabby.
Hi, Amanda.
What's up, Bubba?
Little bean. She's covered by the mic.
Oh, bring her forth. Bring this cat forward.
Bring the bean.
Yeah.
It looks so fucking spooky in my own room.
Yeah.
I'm like, bring to me the fucking bean. I demand it. The bean.
It's fair.
I will put you back on your resting place.
Back on the
We needed a
stream.
bean break.
Yeah.
I've decided to switch the chat over to my phone so I can actually see it without me suddenly being lit totally in white. Because the YouTube on my phone is all set to, you know what color it's fucking set to. It's set to black.
Okay, hang on. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into studio mode real quick. And I'm gonna see if I can fix this video thing. 'Cause it is actually bothering me.
Yeah, not a problem.
Yeah, but
Merlin says Amanda has the exact same vibes as she sounds, which is heckin' rad. The bean is so fluffy. Oh.
I just realized that what I should have done, I just because I'm like, oh, cool. I'm just gonna center vertically, and then I'm going to. How am I gonna do this actually? Because normally what it is like if we add stuff, we have to wait. So I do apologize. I had to like reset everything. So I think there it is. All right, cool. So they can still see you. It's still acting the way it should, but so we can continue.
I need to remember to not fucking lean across my fucking chair.
I'm gonna set you to 250 on both sides. Nope, that's not enough. 245 on both sides.
Okay.
Oh, God, yeah, I'm sorry. This process takes a second because I'm trying to.
No, you're totally fine. We did no prep for my shit-tastic camera from fucking what? I want to say it's from like 2014.
I think I got it. I think this is it. And so I think if I just. Oh, nuts! Definitely not it. If I just.
Alexander Lewis says, "Why are you all so beautiful?" Thank you.
Man, all right. So I think if I just take the gas, man, I hope this is really center vertically and transition. There it is. There. See now we're at the same distance.
You can see more of her butt.
That's right. So it took so long. No. Yeah, guys, the bean is super fluffy. So
Oh, she's such a
but yes, okay, so so were you watching the stream actually?
I was, yeah.
Okay. So I just realized you could see her still in the frame. She's like staring at Ferdinand, the lizard in the glass. Okay, well.
I'm glad Ferdinand's impending doom will be caught in HD.
Okay.
You're on camera, Bean. You will be caught in 4K.
So she's just gonna hang out over there for a sec. But so we were talking about comics. So I'm gonna list some things off, and I just want some like general opinions based on like what's going on. I'm gonna have focus on you, guest cam. There it is. All right. So what'd you think of the Thor trailer?
I mean, I thought it was good. It looks funny. I kind of tell that they're trying to go for a James Gunn sort of vibe because Guardians of the Galaxy. I think they're doing okay with it.
That's fair.
I mean, I am kind of irritated with the whole breakup, get back together bullshit.
Yeah.
Because he said it's been like what, 8 years?
Yeah. It's been 8 years.
Wait, what is that? Thor 1?
Dark World, actually.
Dark World.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
'Cause I was gonna say like, okay, so what? They fucked, and then they broke up.
I don't think they fucked.
Ooh.
And the reason I say that is because I think Thor. So Thor, at the end of Thor 1, he breaks the Rainbow Bridge so that he could no longer go to Earth, but he saves the giant collapsing black hole from destroying the universe. In Thor: The Dark World, it is revealed that during his time, he goes to Earth to get Loki because Loki has used the Tesseract to invade Earth, and then he goes to Earth to stop Loki, and then he brings him back to Asgard and doesn't see Jane. And then that's the plot thread in Dark World, because Dark World is like, hey, Jane's looking to see other people. or whatever.
Oh, so she broke it up.
I think she just. I don't remember. I haven't seen Dark World since it was in theaters, but like I think there was like this idea that like she still is into him, but he's never around. And then, as a throwaway comment in Thor Ragnarok, it is revealed that she that she broke up with him. So my thought is the reason she broke up with him could be the legit reason of he's never around, or she has cancer and doesn't want him to worry. That's my two ideas.
Wasn't that the reason in her comics?
In the
for why she broke up?
So in the comics, I think they were like a will they won't they. I don't think they ever were together. I don't quote me on that, but I think that's part of the gimmick. So, I like that both of our cats are in frame. Like this is you can tell that this is like the kind of people we are. That's right, Bean.
You're in frame.
You're in frame.
Criminal.
She's just like licking herself. Anyways.
Criminal.
The point is that so with that being said, okay, so I think Thor is going to be awesome. What do you think of Miss Marvel? We will watch that one.
It's cute. It's cute. Miss Marvel, I'm super glad she's getting her own movie. I really like to see that kind of representation. It's awkward talking to myself.
Do you want me to just set it?
No, it's totally fine. It's
All
totally fine. I just have to get used to watching my own body repeat to itself about half a second later. So while I am super glad that representation is getting put out there, it's really not my thing. I wasn't into Sky High either. So I mean, it's about like obviously this one has better written characters and a better story but I don't like the high school drama so much with the mix of my parents don't understand. I wanted to be a super. I'm tired of high school. I don't want to go back. I'm not going to my reunion. I'm tired.
Dude, I wasn't invited to my reunion. But I see the point. I get
Did your invite get sent like to your
No, Josh and I weren't. Josh and I weren't invited. Like just
at all?
straight up. Out of the fucking 500 people I think that were in my class, I think only 66 got invited. So, fuck them as far as I'm concerned. But that's beside the point. The point is okay. So I can see your position because I feel that way about anime. I feel that high schools we have too many anime about high school. I get that perspective. I obviously have my opinion because I read those comics and I'm like, okay, like I want to see it. So, but I definitely understand and respect your opinion on it. That being said, good.
Cats are the true mascot of SPTV. They really fucking are.
Fucking are.
It's not us. It's my fucking cat and her fucking large butt.
I think the bean walked out. I think she's
and
like.
The bean's like, I'm fucking out of here.
Yeah, I think
got called out.
Yeah. What about She-Hulk?
Same opinion as Gang. It looks like shit.
Really does.
She doesn't look good.
I was trying to be nice about it, but like, fuck, man. It's,
I'm just gonna be mean about it. She doesn't look good. She really fucking doesn't, and I think Gang hit the nail on the head. She looks like fucking Princess Fiona, and that's unfortunate. To be fair, I wasn't a fan of when Hulk mixed with Bruce Banner was a thing. I wasn't a fan of that.
Yeah.
He just looks too weird. And as an aside, isn't the mixed version of like the Hulk with Bruce Banner's intelligence, isn't that just Grey Hulk?
No. I think Grey Hulk is Joe Fixit. And Joe Fixit is like a whole nother one of the personalities of Banner.
Yeah, I feel like they've done that already, though.
Yeah.
And better.
Yeah, that's the thing. I will say that Endgame did some stuff I wasn't super into. I wasn't into the time travel aspect. I wasn't into like I wasn't into that with the Hulk. I don't know. There was a lot that I just felt was not super great. But that being said, we have a much broader topic to talk about because I figured me and you, both of us come from different ends of the spectrum. I read a lot more Marvel. You read a lot more DC.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like mental illness.
No!
We're both on different ends of the spectrum, and I was like, I haven't been tested for that yet, no.
No. So that's 100%
Very
not
bold
what I
assumption.
meant. That is not what I meant.
I was like, damn, okay.
So what I was gonna, God damn.
I totally thought you were like, so I've noticed the signs. And I'm making a judgment call. No one is that into the Transformers, Amanda. I was gonna be like, oh.
So what I was gonna say was that we're both on different sides of pretty big sides, and not like on a adversarial aspect, but more like, you know, we indulge in two different big companies worth of comics, and I mean, our mutual ground is manga, which, you know, we both read our own share of manga. That being said, there are some, including myself, who would say that there is a real issue going forward in comics right now. There seems to be this creative rut that is happening, on at least from my perspective. From my perspective, there's a creative rut happening on Marvel's side. There's some really good stuff, but there's also some really bad stuff happening.
Absolutely. And I want to say that's for both companies.
Okay, so on DC side, what are some like notable examples? Because Gang and I did mention a couple on our section earlier. What are some notable examples for DC?
Okay, well, noticeable good ones is I really, really liked the Bat Family web comic that DC is producing and actually put out on Webtoons, I believe. It's definitely like a more laid back thing than they would usually do, but you get a lot of good Bat Family interactions. You get a lot of like funny moments, lighthearted and warm moments mixed with like cute flirting between Batman and Catwoman and him being embarrassed because he left his mic on and now all of his kids know that he is hardcore flirting with Catwoman and he's like, fuck my life, I can't go home now. They all know where I live. I can't escape this shit. So it's really cute. And then you have some interesting things that, you know, they're kind of, I just watched myself get moved.
I know.
But I've also seen some really interesting, you know, stuff that they're doing with Poison Ivy and Harley, and some really nice heart-touching moments where it's nice and subtle, like Poison Ivy essentially robbing a bank and causing everybody in the bank to die, and then she notices this one lady, she looks so much like Harley that she's like, all right, I can't let you die though. You look almost exactly like my girlfriend, and if you die, I'm gonna go have a meltdown about this. So I'm gonna get you out of here. But you tell fucking no one, you son of a bitch. And you have really nice moments like that, really character-driven moments. And then you have I'm Not Starfire, which which is very famously not great on the internet. And I know people want to come out and defend it because a lot of people have been saying, oh, it's a self-insert. Oh, like the art style shit, the shit. Look, my main fucking issue with I'm Not Starfire is if I wanted to watch a kid be an asshole to their own parent who's trying their best, I would just fucking watch daytime television. Honestly. And who the fuck wants to pay good money for a comic where a character you're legitimately in love with, like Starfire, just gets shit on by her own kid and then get made fun of because she has an accent? It's just really fucking weird. Merlin says diagnosed via live stream. But um but I don't know. They feel like they're trying to specifically go for a teenaged audience again, and while I can see what they're trying to do, and I can definitely appreciate that they're trying to hit a younger audience because most of their audience is now hitting 40, 50. And I get that. I don't think the way to do that was to be like, oh, yeah, here's this child. She's going to hate on this character for almost no reason. She's never really going to explain why to her mom. And also, she's going to be a little racist. A little bit. But only to her mom, who's an alien, so it's fine. Which is fucked up. And then, meanwhile, try to push a will they, won't they with another girl she knows from high school that gets resolved on the football field of all fucking places. And they have a bunch of plot points that really don't go anywhere, really don't lead up to anything. And it's just a fucking mess. So my issues with it aren't really what a lot of the dude bros of comics issues are with it. I don't care if she's a self-insert. Half of the characters in books are self-inserts. I really don't care. I don't care what her body type is. My issue comes from a lack of an interesting subject mixed with bad writing. I don't know where all of these random plot hooks are coming from that don't make any fucking sense. To the point where Starfire's sister Blackfire comes into the comic and then is like, I have to beat your daughter for the throne of Tamaran.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
Even though, cause they don't explain. Cause my sister, who's technically in line and will always be chosen over me, and also somebody else is already on the throne of Tamaran, but sheesh.
That sounds. Did you read it?
Yeah.
Wow. Because at first I was like, okay, maybe this is like a summary. It can't be that bad. But that sounds fucking horrendous.
I mean, there's a trailer for the comic. Honestly.
Do you want to watch it?
Do you want to watch it?
The audience, do you want to watch it? All right, I'm gonna leave it up to them.
Yeah.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna watch it. Fuck it. Because you're gonna freeze. That's how this works. Apparently, I gotta.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
All right, I'm gonna
I
figure
can
this
breathe.
out. So what is it called? It's called
I'm Not Starfire.
I'm Not Starfire. All right.
Now I can wiggle freely.
It's 42 seconds. Oh God! Already, I'm like ready to not. All right, let's. I don't want to be cynical about it, but I'm gonna watch it. And...
No, just go for it. Like you don't have to be.
I know
You don't have
froze.
to be cynical about it.
No, I'm trying not to be.
I'm Mandy.
You're like, I'm
All
trying
my
to be
life,
chill.
I've been the kid
God
of a
damn it.
superhero. But really, I'm like the opposite of my mom, Starfire. She can fly and shoot star bolts. I can't do any of that. Now, Blackfire, my evil aunt, shows up and tells me it's time to meet my fate. So now I have to battle her for the throne of Tamarin, wherever that is. And since I'm not my mother, what happens next is going to be totally messed up.
Oh, I like Mariko Tamaki. Ah, that sucks.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just rough. I really don't know what happened on this one. But you can already
again?
see some of the Huh?
Yeah, second. Oh, there. Okay, for some reason he froze. I was like, oh God. Oh look, there's your cat. Oh wait, no, not in the frame. All right.
She's still there. With her butt.
That's fair. Okay, so when talking about how creatively in a rut this is, I think that was taking a chance. I'm trying to be positive about it. It's taking a chance. Was the chance worth it? Probably not, it seems. I mean, it seems like this. I have not heard a lot of positive things about this one. I've heard of it. I mean, this was, mind you, some time ago, but it doesn't seem like it's very positive.
As far as like newer DC stuff, I know that they are doing a run of Static Shock, which seems to be doing great.
Okay.
I mean, I fucking love Static Shock. He's doing fucking awesome. I haven't had a chance to read any of his stuff lately.
So
Sorry.
No, you're fine. I was checking the comments.
Same.
I feel like the chat thing on OBS is so slow. I don't see a lot of them until like 4 minutes after the fact.
Yeah, it is a little bit slow. I mean, what can I say? I mean, okay, there is one. There is one comic that I think they once again tried to take some risks and it ended up real shit. It's a Superman comic. I think it's called Blue and Red.
Yeah.
It's based off of an old comic that came out I want to say during the Cold War, like pretty early on in the Cold War. And in that comic, the Russians get a hold of Superman and Batman and they're put into the camps on base in Russia where they're essentially tortured and degraded and blah blah blah, the usual bit there. They're basically sent to the gulags, and for some reason 30, 40 years later, a small team decided that we should write the aftermath of that story because, that would be pretty neat. Show that Superman can have PTSD too. They took it too far.
I love that. I don't know why that's so fucking dumb.
the whole.
What if Superman had PTSD too, guys? Come on, we already gave him a fucking Christ fucking gimmick with Snyder. I mean, fuck, why not? Why not? What if we took the Boy Scout fucking character and we just, oh god, dude,
And we gave him like PTSD and fucking.
When was the last time Superman was just like Superman? When was the last time like he was just like a regular, not regular dude, but when was the last time he was like just like a traditional, all like I was gonna say all American, but it's not a gimmick anymore. But like
it's really not the gimmick
yeah.
anymore.
When was the last time he was just like a Boy Scout? When was the last time he just did good things to do good things and there was no
it was
twist
actually
or anything like that?
It was a while ago. Lately, Superman comics have been touching on darker subjects. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, the black and not the black and white, the blue and red one. That one touches on a little bit of grape.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
A little bit of grape.
Oh, wow.
Specifically on Superman. And it doesn't go great. And there's a whole meltdown in the comic, and I was like, no one asked for this.
Okay. So that. Okay.
But he's been talking on subjects of like, I want to say pretty early on in they're trying to tackle this whole thing. He does have some nice moments, really well-handled moments. Like, there is a moment when somebody's going to jump off of a building and Superman sits with them and talks to them and, helps them through that moment. And they were like, that did great. Let's keep going.
Let's keep going.
Well, let's keep pushing Superman into these darker subjects, especially after The Dark Knight did so well. And they're like, we're going to do Man of Steel. And you know what goes great with Man of Steel? Comic book about Superman's depression.
Dude, okay. So we can rightfully say from two people who have really enjoyed comics that there is a rut. We are in some sort of a rut. That's what. There's no other word. We're in a depression. We're in a fucking nightmare situation. So the question becomes, how do we solve the problem? So I have an idea. And we'll find out more about this idea after this break because I want to get another beer. That's.
Okay. we can take another break.
That's right. We'll find out more right after this. Not a real ad of me just wanting to show you guys clips from The Onion. All right.
Absolutely.
All right. Bye.
Rich Rigor Invisio!
Hey, you can do this.
Pixar's Onward, a fantasy film following two teenage elf brothers who inherit a wizard's staff with the power to reunite them with their dead father. A far-fetched and frankly implausible premise that requires the audience to believe anyone could ever love their dad enough to want to bring him back to life. Set in one of Pixar's typically inventive fantasy worlds in which magic exists, elves live in toadstools, and centaurs roam the land, Onward begins with the improbable narrative hook of siblings Ian and Barley Lightfoot being excited to uncover instructions that could resurrect their father, rather than simply throwing out the magical staff and living carefree with the knowledge that he's buried safely underground where he can never hurt them again. Yet the film only becomes more preposterous from here, as the spell malfunctions and only brings back half of their father's body. Audience members will no doubt expect the film to continue, with the boys wisely disposing of his body in the woods, heading home to spend time with their loving mother, and perhaps going to a therapist to rid themselves of the scars left by their father's emotional manipulation and crushing disappointment in all their interests. Instead, the Lightfoots embark on a road trip to spend one last day with their father, leaving audiences to ask the same question time and again. Why exactly are they doing this? Perhaps the boys want to bring back their father to chastise him for not once attending their middle school theater performances. Or they figure if they break down crying in front of his reanimated body, then maybe the icy emotional distance between them will finally melt, and once, just goddamn once, he'll admit he was proud of them for all the Midwest Film Journal awards they won over their career as a movie critic. Or, whatever. Indeed, despite a game cast featuring Chris Pratt, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, and Octavia Spencer as a range of fairy tale characters, ultimately not even the greatest talents in show business can sell audiences on the perplexing idea that anyone, wouldn't simply rejoice at their father's death and the prospect of never again looking into his cold, uncaring eyes. Ultimately, while previous releases proved Pixar's deft hand at selling audiences on outlandish premises, such as talking toys or a rat chef, Onward's improbable narrative seems to be a missed teaching opportunity, failing to depict how the Lightfoot boys could choose to become the man their father never was, rather than holding on to the impossible hope that they can all be one big happy family again. Because guess what? They can't. He never gave a shit about you, okay? Trust me. And you know what? Good fucking riddance. I hope that bastard rots. For the Onion's Film Standard, I'm Peter Rosenthal.
And we're back. All right, so I also tied my hair back because
I know. Slight outfit change.
I know. So cool. Nah. I'm so trippy and cool. Anyway.
You're like, it's so fucking hot in this room, like 2 seconds.
Dude. If we do more of these webcam shows, I'm gonna have to get like a fan or something. It's fucking ridiculous.
I have this stupid large fucking pillow on the back of this, and I had to move it forward because I was like, my back is on fire. Just have this stupid fucking thing there.
I wanted to see if we actually show up in people's subscription feeds. We do. All right.
Oh yeah.
All right. So what is the solution to the comic book issue? I'm gonna cut to camera one real quick. Me.
Yeah.
All right. So I think.
Stop making you look at me.
Okay. So I think the way that we solve this is very, very simple. I think one of the big reasons why we have so many problems in comics is because we have a underlying need to get new people to come in, but also need to foster and care for the people who have been in for a while, which is super fair. Every business deals with this at some point.
Right.
You need to have something new, but you need to be able to make sure it's accessible. These are issues that come with any form of long-going business. And I think what we need to do is we need to adapt a fucking rotation system. And what I mean by that is I think that we need to set it up the way that card games do rotations. Maybe not every 2 years. I think 5. So imagine, if you will, that you want to get into new comics, right? Hi, my name is Stanley, and I want to get into comics. I have never read a comic before, so where do I start? And I think the answer becomes very easy in a rotation setup, because you could say, hey, well, between 2022 and 2027, we have a storyline, a 5-year storyline that DC has or Marvel has. And it tells a very specific version of these characters and how they go. And what Merlin says, now cut to Mitch, now cut to Amanda, now back to Mitch. Look, this.
Now to the bean.
That's right. I wish we had a bean cam. I wish we had a cam for the bean. That'd be awesome. For like dramatic effect, like we just cut to bean. Okay, look, this is how I keep saying. All right, this is so we do the camera setup so that I feel like I have something to do. Because normally we're doing games when we're doing this.
You're like, so I'm not just staring off into the void, not touching anything.
So I think that ultimately, and I guess I cut back to camera one. I think ultimately, I know. But I think how we really sell this is we create very unique versions of the characters. Whether it's a very unique version of Superman or a very unique version of Batman or what have you. But versions that might follow some ideas of what, like some cornerstone ideas of how the characters function. And so using DC was not probably my smartest move because I know more about Marvel characters. So we're going to reframe this, but with Marvel's in mind, right? Yeah. So imagine, if you will, that you have a brand new universe, right? We're going to go a brand new universe. And I've been stewing on this for fucking months. We have a brand.
I know. We've been talking about it for what, 4 months?
Yeah, 4 months. 6 months since December of 2021. We've been talking about this.
God.
Yeah, because I remember
that topic.
Yeah, because I talked about it back when I was driving to Tabby's parents' place. So, but imagine, if you guys will, there's a whole universe, that doesn't follow the traditional 616 format. And in this universe, we're going to call it the Prime Universe, right? Just for the sake of sanity, we're going to call it the Prime Universe. And in this universe, everything's the same, but different. So what I mean by that is you have characters like Spider-Man, Iron Fist, Captain America, whatever, but something had changed. And the best example of this that already exists in comics is the 1602. 1602 was a series done by Frank Miller for Marvel, and it essentially reimagined as like, what if all the events that created Marvel's big heroes happened in 1602? And why is it happening in 1602? And it was a big mystery. It's a wonderful little series. It did so successful that they made a sequel without Frank Miller, and I haven't read it because I'm not gonna lie, I'm not interested if he's not involved. And that's the truth of the matter. But imagine, if you will, where there's a universe where these characters exist, but something's different. In every Prime universe, something is a little different. And we can start it off very slowly, right? Spider-Man. Spider-Man is the heart of Marvel Comics. There's someone who probably would fight me on that, but I'm going to say that Spider-Man is the heart of the comics. Why? He is a young man who wants what every young man wants, every young person wants. He wants to fit in. He wants to find his place in the world. He wants to get the girl and to just be happy in life, right? That's all what we all want. Spider-Man just wants to have it all. He just
wants to pay rent and eat groceries.
That's
that
right.
month.
That's right. And much like a lot of us, Spider-Man struggles financially, like a real red-blooded American.
Like a real red-blooded American. He is broke. He is so fucking broke.
I need. You know what? Josh gave me one of those panel switchers. I should really use that next time we do this. That way I'm not like cutting back and forth with a mouse click. But anyways, back in it. So imagine, if you will, Spider-Man, same as he always is. This time, though, around him and MJ are actually good friends from childhood, and that they are dealing with all the craziness of high school and the craziness of Spider-Man, but with the caveat that some slight changes happened. Now, for people who are getting into comic books, perhaps this is a way to get them in. If they watched a Spider-Man movie, but they want to know what happens in the comics, this is a really good way. It's familiar territory. It's a little nostalgic because, hey, who doesn't like a good Spider-Man story, right? Classic story. It's tried and true. And Merlin says, and because he's broke, you know he's a hero. and imagine...
Iron Man, a fake.
That's right. And imagine, if you will, in this same bit, imagine, if you will, that Iron Man, who in comics has a completely different origin story. In fact, in the movie, he has his own version, and in this one, he has his own too. But imagine, if you will, that it wasn't some missile of his own creation that deals the blow. But imagine if Green Goblin is terrorizing New York, and no one can stop him. A strange man gliding around is attacking big billionaires. And one of the pumpkin bombs lands under Tony Stark's car, blows giant iron chunks into his heart. And that's the start of Iron Man, right? Imagine if these origins change. Ever so slightly, the gears turn. Ever so small, the ripples begin to form in the pool that is their origins. And when these ripples, very small, start, they then expand and become something grander later on in the 5-year story arc. That being said, imagine, if you will, that Logan, the Wolverine, was not someone born in Canada. What if he was born in a time of great turmoil in the land Japan? Now, you're probably asking yourself at home, Mitchell, why would you set him in Japan? Why would we change his phrase like that? Well, one, it's cool, and two, I know. And two, I think because Wolverine has such a steeped history in his character already that directly ties to Japan, it would just be interesting if perhaps one time he was born in Japan. And we set him not 200 years prior, but we set him into the times, the warring states. We set him at a time when Oda Nobunaga had the great one of the great unifiers of Japan is trying to bring it all together. And we have him one of the vassals along with Yasuke, the Black Samurai. And how crazy that would be. How wild and vibrant and crazy that all of that would be. All of a sudden, and you have a story about we call him Kuzuri, because Kuzuri. And the idea is that he's when Oda finds him, he's a feral young man. His claws are considered a miracle to Oda. And all of a sudden, you have a story of a man who is trying to tame the beast within. How fucking awesome. And 500 years, he wanders the world after Oda's death. And Yasuke seeks vengeance. Yasuke, who is not immortal, obviously, would have descendants. And he becomes known as the Silver Samurai. A spirit that continues through the bloodline, hunting down Kuzuri. I'm just saying. It would be interesting. It would be different. It could possibly change the way that we view these stories. And hey, if you don't like it, guess what? 5 years. That's all you gotta wait. 5 fucking years. And maybe that's not appealing to some people. Because it is 5 years, obviously. But I do feel, if you do this rotation, if you fucking change things out. And mind you, those 3 examples I gave, very simple. I have 1,000 of them. Maybe not 1,000. I have a couple more of them.
I don't think there's 1,000 Marvel characters.
I think there's 1,000 Marvel characters. I think there's a bunch of like throwaway characters, not superheroes.
But continued characters that haven't seen the light of day since 1940.
Billy Bob Man, a man whose name is Billy and Bob. He has superpowers that he has 2 first names.
Did you know that there's actually like a whole horde of like disused comics that are just public domain, different comics and comic book ideas and stuff that just kind of sit around because
You've told me about this
around-
before, I think.
Yeah, because there was like a period of time in which they were censoring comics really heavily. And it was like the Silver Age, I believe. And so a lot of like smaller comic book producers just shut their shit down because they were like, we're not going to be able to fight the censorship at all. Fucking Marvel and DC can barely do it. Nobody knows who we are. And so they just like take all the files and they just toss them into a box somewhere in some fucking warehouse, and that's where they sit.
Just I feel like you can tell I'm very passionate about whatever this fucking idea is. About this fucking rotation idea. But also the warehouse thing sounds fucking crazy. But also they're never gonna get rid of because okay, hang on a second. Real quick. So no specific company owns them, yeah?
No.
Okay.
Most of them are just kind of out there now. So essentially, if you really wanted, you could look up like a bunch of public domain comics, because the companies that own them, they shut themselves down or they just went out of business. There was a huge lack of comic book sales with heavy censorship, and more than half of them just went, it's really not worth it. We can't fight this fight. Like you have oh, okay, there's one called Atlas, I think. Way back in the day, strongest man in the world, Atlas. Fucking, he had like a couple comic books, and he's just public domain at this point. Because fuck it, why not? But you have a bunch of them out there that just aren't really owned by anybody and can totally just be taken, rewritten if you so desire, or change up the characters look a little bit, because these are from the 60s, I want to say. So I mean,
I was gonna say on a note of public domain, have you seen what's been going on with Winnie the Pooh?
no, I haven't.
So Winnie the Pooh recently went into the public domain, and there is a movie in production right now that is a horror version of the Winnie the Pooh story. I'll send you it's nothing, no trailer or anything. It's just the images that are being produced right now. But I'll show you some in a second.
Okay. Oh, another thing to do with not specifically public domain, but like fair use, I want to say. Do you remember how ugly Sonic is in the Chippendales movie?
Yeah.
I found out that Disney did not get the rights from either Paramount or Sega to use that character. Instead, they're labeling him as a parody, saying that the bags underneath his eyes, his darker color, and the fact that he has a beer gut is more than enough to say that he's a parody. So they just straight up didn't pay for any of it.
I see it. I do. I get it. I feel like, to be fair though, I mean, Paramount's in like a no-win situation with that. Because they can't be like, he's ours, after they completely fucking disowned him.
Yeah, he's totally ours. We just, delayed a whole movie and redesigned him and spent millions and millions of dollars to make sure that he never seen the light of day.
Yeah. Fuck, what were we talking about?
We were talking about, I believe it was your ideas with Marvel
yeah.
and comic ideas.
Yeah, sorry, I lost track there for a sec. No, so...
No, that's my ADHD kicking, like, you into different, odd, interesting conversations, and I keep doing that to you. Where I'm like, oh yeah? Well, comic books. Have I told you about a warehouse in New York? And I'll just do that to you all the fucking time.
You tend to. It's not the worst thing ever though.
It's the 80s. I cannot.
It keeps things fresh.
It keeps things off topic.
That's right. So back on to the topic though. Imagine, if you will, going back to it, that in this rotation you have all sorts of new ideas, new concepts, new characters that could be thrown in to try them out, to see if they can work. And if you don't like it, fucking that's it. You don't have to do it anymore. That would be the ideal way to do it. I think that way there is a definitive beginning, a definitive end. You spend 5 years with these characters, with these versions of these characters. You get to know them. You get to know them inside and out. You can handle whatever you want with them. I liked the idea that Loki was the older brother to Thor, and that they had an even older brother who died, and Odin and that brother died in a horrible battle, and that Loki doesn't want to have Thor deal with the horrible nightmare monster mash that is dealing with the royals shit, because Thor wants to be just like his older brother who died. He wants to be a hero of Asgard, and Loki doesn't want that. So he sends him to Earth, a place that he deems is not dangerous at all, only to find out that there's old Nordic magic in, I guess, Norway. No, this old Nordic magic with Fafnir the dragon still running around, greedy as always, and frost giants who have been left behind, and all sorts of crazy nonsense shit. You can do all sorts of fun stuff. And the best part is, mind you, is that you can do anything you want with this. Like, you could do different styles, you could do different, like, ideas in general. You could just, there's so much you could do. And then what you can really pop is, imagine, if you will, that you did every year, instead of doing, like, I don't know, this is the event of the summer, or this is the event of the fucking winter, or whatever. You just do one big event every year where everyone has to come together. Or not even come together. They have to just deal with something that's happening at the same time. So that's what I think. I think that you can do a lot. And I want to go, trust me, I've really, really thought this through. I would love to continue going into it, but I also don't want to bore you guys, and I feel like we have other things to talk about. So I'll leave it up to chat if you're interested in more, but outside of that, maybe we'll talk about it another time. That being said, Amanda, what do you think? What would your solution be to this issue?
To what issue?
The creative rut of comics.
I did not mean to send that to you. I meant to send you a picture of Addie.
Oh, okay.
God damn you. Anyway, so as far as like the issue with DC in particular, I mean, I think I think DC is slowly going in the right direction. Do you know what I mean? Where, like, the Bat Family comic is a good idea, but certain other comics are really bad ideas. The red and blue one, bad idea. Honestly, you're not 1,001% confident that you can tackle this in a smart, well thought out, understanding and sensitive fucking way, do not bring up the fucking topic. And honestly, as much as I hate to say it, you gotta stop doing stupid bullshit like how fucking Bruce Banner is piloting around the Hulk like a fucking starship. You gotta stop.
No one stopped that man. No one said that maybe, just maybe, that was a bad idea.
And I don't know how nobody looked at this fucking guy and just went, why? What?
I'm gonna see. Hang on. I'm gonna see if I can set this up so everyone can see a picture of this. But before we get into that, Felipe did have an offer. He said, or he offered an idea. He said, "What if they adopted the manga model? Bad receptions / sales means cuts, or try, and if the cuts try something new, like with minimum X issues." I think the problem with, if there was an issue with the manga model, I would argue that the problem is that you're dealing with IPs that already exist. And it almost kind of works like that in a way because of, in my experience, I really like Loki. I love Loki. I think he's a wonderful character. I really love the Agent of Asgard run he had. I really like even his newer, even the attempt they had a couple years back. Are you raising your hand? Is that what that is?
Yes.
Okay, what's up?
It's a quiet hike. I would argue, but I currently own a Wolverine manga. It's an actual Marvel Wolverine manga. It's not good. It didn't last that long. They outsourced it to a couple of manga artists, and it is it's supposed to be a young teenage Wolverine in Japan.
Oh.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's okay.
Oh, I just realized that, there we go. Whenever I access the other window, it freezes you for some fucking... I need to figure out what that is if we're gonna do this again.
Yeah, no, not a problem. I think it's, it might just have something to do with the program itself. Because, like, how you stream, you know? So when you remove yourself from Discord or whatever streaming service, it'll say stream paused.
No, that's, yeah, it's probably just something we could fix. I'm gonna go ahead and just, I was gonna try to just copy him in, and I'm gonna copy this image, and then I'm gonna see if I can just pop this. I wonder, I really am curious how this is, there has to be a better way to do this. But I'm gonna go ahead and cut, and that's what he looks like. That's Starship Hulk. It's this. Hang on, open link in new tab. It's not, damn it, open image in new tab.
There you go.
There we go. There he is. That's what it looks like.
Oh God.
That's it, right? And people look at that and they're like, "Oh man, what an awesome fucking idea!" I can't.
Is anyone actually saying that he looks awesome?
I don't know.
I don't
actually know.
Have you ever seen Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Do you know who Krang is?
Oh God, yeah.
The little brain blobby guy? It looks like he would be riding in Starship Hulk's belly. That's basically what they've done. They've recreated Krang.
To be fair, part of the plot is that the Hulk in the subconscious is trying to break out and take over Starship Hulk.
Okay. Well, I mean that
Yeah.
makes sense, but it's just
It's not
fucking
great.
look at it.
Oh, Alexander Lewis says he looks like Bane. Yeah. Okay, but
Bane isn't. What's up with the one eye visor? What is up with the tight purple shirt?
that's the visor is okay. So if you zoom in the visor, that's where I think that's where he pilots.
Is that home base?
That's home base. Because remember, he's shrunk. He's shrunken himself in the subconscious. He's a tiny version of Bruce Banner that pilots the Starship Hulk. So, okay, but back to Felipe's comment, right? He says that if you try to do it like manga, I think the problem is that you end up with a lot of story arcs and characters that just never see the light of day. And the reason I say that is because as someone who's an avid fan of Thor, this happens a lot. I really liked Valkyrie. I really liked the run where Jane Foster became Valkyrie, and there's like a whole bit with that. There's so much lore. It feels like a good, genuinely good story. And then they canceled it because the sales weren't good. And comic sales in general are just, they're so tricky. I love Loki. I love the concept of Loki trying to reclaim, like he had the title of God of Magic, and then he tried to become the God of Stories, and it's a whole thing, and then they canceled it. And even in this new Thor run, the magic just isn't there, and I can definitely, if it wasn't the fact that it was Thor, I could totally, because right now, for at least the last time I checked, mind you, it's been a second. The last time I checked, Thor's gimmick is that he can no longer wield Mjolnir. Other people can wield it with no problem, but he can't wield Mjolnir because he is now king of Asgard, which is the dumbest fucking contrived. Dude, I get. Well, the fear is that Thanos will get Mjolnir and place the Infinity Stones on Mjolnir. I know. I'm right there with you. Right there with you.
This is kind of how we got back, got onto this subject. Marvel, DC, because honestly, both of them are criminal of doing this. Stop doing stupid fucking bullshit. It's really not that hard. If it sounds outlandish, if it sounds like the idea was brought to you by a 12-year-old boy, don't. It's really not that hard. Starship Hulk is a bad idea. A Infinity Stone covered Mjolnir. Bad idea. It's a fucking hammer, dude. Just, why are you trying to add a bunch of shit to it? And I can go on and on and on about all of these stupid fucking ideas that both companies do. But in all honesty, if you want to sell comics, you need to stop going so outlandish with it. And I know that that's why they're going outlandish. Because the bigger, the weirder, the more fucked up, whatever subject they're talking about, the more people will buy the comic, right?
Yeah, because it also gets into the headlines of like websites and stuff of like, Bruce Banner is piloting the Starship Hulk. Like, who the fuck? You know, like it gets headlines. Same thing a couple years back. Remember, they did a whole bit where fucking Captain America like was a Hydra agent, and then like it was part of this giant convoluted fucking storyline, and so it was like the image was everywhere. He said, you know, it's Captain America saying "Hail Hydra," and it's like, what the fuck, dude? And it's just it's cash grabby. It's gimmicks. And instead of being a well told story, or you can have a gimmick and make a well told story. Jane Foster is a perfect example of that. And I don't mean the gimmick in the negative context. I mean gimmick in the sense of like something that turns, right? Female Hulk, right? Fucking someone else wielding Mjolnir, right? They've done that 1,000 times, but all of a sudden, Jane Foster gets it. Jason Aaron was the writer for that one, and he knocks it out of the park. Makes a story that is compelling, makes a character that is compelling, and makes it work, makes her work. And it goes the distance. And it really just depends. I feel like you have to have real passion for these characters. You can't just treat them like a fucking starship. Nexian writes down, I also think that I also think that only doing what sells well breeds a certain kind of trend that will get stale. Like how isekais are really popular because they play into the power fantasies of the readers, and so it stifles other kinds of stories because they're not as popular. I agree with that, because right now in the movie theaters we're experiencing something like that, in which if you're not like a giant blockbuster, you kind of struggle to get into the big theaters. It's a big problem that's been happening for a really long time, but it is like an issue. It's a whole nother cake. It's a whole nother dish to deal with. But I think that, I don't know, I think that's very well said. So, I guess ultimately, at the end of the day, we can both arguably say that we both really enjoy comics. I think that we both enjoy the stories. We both enjoy what it is, but there's just something right now that's so bad. Just bad about the way that they're going about it.
Yeah.
I really want my Wolverine story.
I do too. I think that would be really good.
I like a Highlander style story.
No, I really like how you think about like Wolverine in your story with him. So I really appreciate your version of him.
I like the idea that Silver Samurai instead of just being like generic dude in his samurai armor, he's like a whole it's like a giant clan of people, descendants of Yasuke, who are devoted to killing the demon that is Kusuri. I think that's cool. I think it's awesome. You know? I like the idea of this. Oh, go ahead.
And then fucking Sabretooth is the Kurgan.
Yeah, exactly. Because we had talked about that. And like, you only meet and instead of calling them mutations, you call them miracles, because Oda referred to them as his miracle, and so it's a whole gimmick. It's a whole thing. You can even introduce. Like, I like the idea that in this universe, the mutants are not really a thing, and that they refer to them as miracles because these abilities are so beyond our comprehension. I mean, imagine if Apocalypse, one of the first mutants ever to exist, in a world in which no one understood these kinds of powers, he would look like the way that they showed him in the movies, where he's like a miracle. He's a prophet, a messiah, God king with real powers. Something that only like you would read about. The splitting of seas, the formation of pyramids through telekinesis. My God. Anyways, the point is that they have it's so frustrating to watch. They have a whole world of great ideas, and they're just not using them. Instead, we get Starship motherfucking Hulk.
Yeah. I mean,
oh, go ahead.
I want to say that like certain ideas and certain stories would still be interesting. I mean, fuck. Honestly, I see more and more interesting things like online, just to fan theories of essentially like blown out fucking fanfics where people are coming up with really cool and interesting ideas for comics. Like I seen somebody who was like, technically, shouldn't Captain America and Wolverine have met at least once during World War II?
I mean,
at least once?
Yeah.
And that could be fucking interesting, especially because at the time Wolverine's doing his whole like, I'm just a guy. I'm fucking just so lucky.
Yeah.
I just ran right through there, I'm so lucky.
Yeah, I'm James Howitt.
I'm lucky James Howitt.
Slippin' Jimmy.
Slippin' Jimmy, and
That's
I'm
right.
just sliding my ass through this fucking trench.
All right. Well, I think that pretty much sums up tonight's conversation. I think if we could end it on a more positive note, for what it is worth, and I said the same thing to Gang Mudo, there do seem to be creators who are willing to do good things with these characters.
Yeah.
And that's the positive thing we can take from it. If there's a whole thing about the comics and why they are the way they are. Some people theorize that the reason why the comics are the way they are right now is because people are trying. Comic book authors know that if their idea is good enough, they can get it into the movies, and if it gets into the movies, maybe a bigger check. Who knows? I don't know. There's some people who theorize that. There's some people who say the reason why the comics are the way they are is because the movies put such a pressure on the comics to conform to a certain idea of what the character should be like. But ultimately,
I mean, what didn't Robert Downey Jr. have an effect on Tony Stark? Looks like for a while.
to this day, I mean, fuck. I mean, I think around the time that Iron Man came out, he was superior Iron Man at the time, and then Iron Man the movie came out, and the character changed dramatically from there. But anywho, point is that I think if there is solace we can take, it's that there are creators who are willing to take these characters and do some really fun things with them. Like James Wan for Aquaman. I'm not gonna say Zack Snyder. I think those movies are okay. I don't know. I think Zack Snyder is like a really good director. I just think that those movies are okay. I'm not in love with them. I like Shazam. I like Joker. I like The Suicide Squad. I like Peacemaker. I like that stuff where I don't know. I mean,
Lighthearted DC.
I would call Joker lighthearted, but
Every other one
yeah,
of those,
yeah,
with
yeah.
the exception of the Joker.
I love the Joker. That was a good movie. I think it's interesting how people criticize that movie, but outside, I mean, I get the criticism. Don't get me wrong. It is just like King of Comedy light, but I do think that movie's good. I think that when it hits, it hits. I don't know. I also am not a big fan of being like, if you've seen X, why watch Y? You know what I mean? I don't like that. Like, I just find it to be like pretentious. But anywho, point is that there are films that are in good hands. James Wan does wonderful work with Aquaman. Taika Waititi is gonna have his hand in for Thor. I'm excited for that. I do not give a flying fuck about The Flash, if I'm gonna be honest. Not because outside of it'd be one thing if I like the actor, but Ezra Miller seems like a douche, so probably not.
Yeah, to be fair, I've never really been into The Flash either. He's kind of funny, but only every once in a blue moon.
My favorite moment is when he got shocked in that one DC movie when he got struck by lightning and caught on fire and then had horrible skin burns, and that was real. I can't remember. I think it was Flashpoint Paradox. Where it's like, help me, Batman! I need to recreate my speed formula thing, and then like the lightning strikes and he catches on fire and screams, and then like he's like, he's in like a hospital bed and he's like, I have to try again.
I gotta do it.
Oh god.
Fuck.
It's like, hold up.
So dumb.
If I just have the Speed Force, I can heal. And it's like, okay, dude, I'm good. I'm good. You don't have to tell me anymore.
Yeah, and then he like goes back in time, switches bullshit around, and he's like, no, I'll go back to the future, and it goes back to the future, and it's like Batman's evil.
Yeah, Batman. I think it's
Man.
Yeah. Oh no, I think that's a different. Is that a different thing? I think we're talking about two different things.
No, if I remember, it's essentially like the Flash goes back in time to try to prevent the death of his own mom. And he kind of sends out this weird ripple effect that because certain things don't happen, because certain people aren't where they need to be right then and there, what ends up happening is essentially that. Sorry, I'm watching my screen fuck up really hard. There we go.
What just happened? What happened for you?
It like had the Grudge style screen glitch where my image started smashing itself together, and then part of it started dragging downwards, and I was like, okay.
I think we're talking about two different, because that premise sounds familiar. But I think the Flashpoint Paradox is a different movie. I think we're talking about two different movies.
And yeah, essentially, because it's a long-term thing, but it's one of the many reasons why Flash has to go back and set it back the way it was. Because he's like, I fucked around and I found out you shouldn't change time.
I think my problem with the Flash ultimately is that this is definitely going to solidify me as a fucking shill. I think Quicksilver in the movies does a better job at the gimmick. If you've ever seen X-Men Days of Future Past, or if you've ever seen those scenes in which he's slow, like he goes so fast that time around him slows down, those scenes are wonderfully done. And I just think that it's just fun. It's a fun part of the film. And I think the Flash, from what I've seen, mind you, I've not watched the television show, I've never read a comic of him, I've only seen him in the Justice League cartoon, and he's okay in that. And it's just Zack Snyder's Justice League, which was fine. I've not seen the Snyder Cut. I wonder if that will change my mind about it.
Okay, yeah, no, you're right. I'm misremembering. That's not the one where the Flash goes back and he is in the movie. What ends up happening is that he goes back, and once again, ripple effect, all that, blah blah blah. So instead of Batman's parents dying, Bruce Wayne dies.
Oh, right, and it was his dad because he uses guns, and he shoots the Reverse Flash at the forehead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember now.
Yeah, Thomas Wayne becomes Batman, and then Martha Wayne becomes the Joker.
God, I forgot about that. Anyways, so I think, okay, so, but the point is that I think the future is in good hands. I think even if the comics fail us, that there are productions being made that I think will work. That being
Absolutely.
And that being said, I think we'll go ahead and close things off tonight. Thank you all so much. I just wanted to say real quick, I wanted to cut to camera one. Thank you all so much for coming out tonight and checking us out and all this stuff. I really hope you dig the webcam gimmick. I had a lot of fun. I am surprised how I'm sweating, by the way. You can actually see it now on my face and on my forehead because of the light in the room that I'm in. But we had a really good time. And I hope that you guys, maybe we'll do this again. Maybe we'll do it again next week. Who knows? Or something like that. But yeah, I had a really great time. And Amanda, thank you again for coming on the show as always.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you for putting up with my bullshit.
I wouldn't say that. But also
I would.
Okay. So anyways, the point is that if you like this video, we're actually not going to private this one. We're going to probably keep it up.
Okay.
Yeah, fuck it, why not? You know, it's just, that way anyone who can see it can see it. You know, it's fuck it. We'll try something new. Maybe the next time we do this, I'll even have something better set up. But point is thank you all so much for coming, and we will catch you again next week for more show. Gang Ludo's not going to be here next week, by the way.
That's right.
She has her thing she's doing. So I don't know how I want to run that, but we're gonna find out. We're gonna fucking find out. But yeah, thanks everyone. So we'll catch you all next time.
Catch you guys next time.
That's how I'm ending it. Yeah. All right, later, guys.